Welcome back. 412-575-2600 is the Borders and Borders hotline. Also taking your tweets at Josh Taylor HD. Something I want to get into here while we're waiting to see who checks in on the phone lines and on the tweets. Pro Football Hall of Fame, the finalists are in this week. Two names, of course, that we know pretty well. Alan Faneca, Troy Polamalu, both former Steelers. And these are two names that I think are really, really interesting because not only are they guys that were dominant from their era, but I think they're also guys that were really important for a championship team coming in that part of the decade. But we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a moment. We got Ernest on the line from Monroeville. Ernest, you're on the Nightly Sports Call.
Hey, Josh, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
Listen, I just want to know what your take is. I think the Hall of Fame, I don't know how they vote the Hall of Fame, but I'm looking at when the Steelers, I see the Steelers have a whole lot of players that I think that were like shunned. I mean, like Hines Ward, to me, should go in because I think he changed the way wide receivers block. And then I had the pleasure of watching the Super Bowl teams of the 70s, and there's players like Donnie Shell, Mike Webster. I mean, not Webster, but Mike Wagner. You got John Cole. These guys, to me, I think deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. But, you know, I don't know where the Hall just, like, shuns them, or I don't know what it is. But I just want to hear your take on that.
Appreciate the call, Ernest. You said Donnie Shell. That's why I got such a big grin. I agree with you wholeheartedly that Donnie Shell should be in the Hall of Fame. And I feel Donnie Shell should be in the Hall of Fame for the same reason you think Hines Ward should be in the Hall of Fame. I think those are both guys that changed the way that their position was played. When you think of guys who changed the safety position, I think Donnie Shell, I think Jack Tatum, I think Ronnie Lott. Those are guys that I look at and say, we're not talking about hard-hitting safeties that were just absolute missiles out of the defensive backfield, if not for guys like that in the era that they played in. As far as the general consensus towards the Steelers, I think it's one of two things. One, I think you have to weed out the guys that were absolutely dominant because, yes, they had a lot of great players. But I think when you're talking about the Hall of Fame, that they have to try to draw the line between the guys who were absolutely dominant and the guys that were just really, really good. Then there's the other side of it. If you keep putting guys from the Steelers in the Hall of Fame, they're not going to keep putting guys from other teams in. And that's something that they also take into consideration. I think that's part of it. Even when it comes to guys being in the same class that played on the same team, sometimes they tend to be a little bit skeptical about that because they want to try to get other guys that might have been waiting for the past couple of years. Think about that logjam of receivers that's been there for maybe, the past decade or so, and they're still trying to get some of those guys in, and they can't do it the way they want to. I think that's why Hines Ward is a guy that if he does get in, he's going to be waiting for a long time because there's so many guys waiting to get in ahead of him because for wide receivers, they kind of make that a bottleneck as far as those guys that finally get through the cracks and finally get inducted into the Hall of Fame. But as far as Hines Ward's concerned, the benchmarks for me, receptions are always a benchmark, yards are always a benchmark, and then there's the touchdowns. Hines Ward has the 1,000 catches. He's got the 10,000-plus yards, but he doesn't have the touchdowns. That's one thing that sticks out. Now, some will argue, yeah, he's won a couple Super Bowls. He's been a Super Bowl MVP. Those are great arguments. But are you talking about a player's individual dominance, or are you talking about the team that they played on and how good they were? That's where that argument starts to fragment. Me personally, I do like the fact that when you bring up his ability to block and how he might have changed the wide receiver position from that perspective, I think that's one of those things that maybe pushes him over the edge. But it also comes down to you're looking at some of the current receivers now, or maybe guys that have retired in the last 5 years. You look at those numbers, they might have better numbers than Hines Ward. They might be more productive and maybe even more physically gifted wide receivers, and that might make the difference. Fair or unfair, but I think that's how the committee thinks from time to time. In the meantime, that is it for us. We're out of time. As it stands right now, Tennessee still leading New England 14-13 in the fourth quarter. When that game comes to a close, we will give you the highlights over on KDKA, so make the switch for that. In the meantime, for our producer, Pat Damp, I'm Josh Taylor. We're here for you 7 days a week on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call, powered by FanDuel Sportsbook. See you later. Happy New Year.